Hey guys, welcome again to the Ron Williams Fitness Channel. Natural Mr. Universe, Natural Mr. World, Natural Mr. Olympia. Today's another day for Fact or Fiction. You guys get an A+ on sending your questions in concerning fact or fiction. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pose the question to you and give you a second to answer it in your mind, and then I'm going to give you a Ron Williams answer. Okay, let's jump right into it. Question number one. It says, you're not getting a good workout or good results unless you are sore after your workout. Fact or fiction? You can't get a good workout, and your workout is determined by how sore you are the next day. Fact or fiction? Is that true or false? Okay, now it's my turn to answer that. Your workouts cannot be left up to how sore you are the following day. Results are dependent upon just that, results. And we're result oriented. And what I mean by that, if the muscle is capable of lifting more, that quantifies as results. If the muscle can do more repetitions, that quantifies as good results. But we want to make sure that we're not manipulating the weight and we're not jerking and using ballistic movements, but we're controlling the weight. Once your body gets used to a weight, the soreness actually goes away. And even when you lift a little heavier weight, you still may not feel soreness. So you can't judge your workouts by how sore you are. Because if you try to work until you're sore, you may never acquire that same soreness again. Now think about it. When you first started working out, how sore you were after that first workout, my goodness. Or if you've worked out for a while and then you stopped and then you worked out that very first time again, my goodness, you were extremely sore, and it's hard for you to ever experience that again. So don't judge your workouts by how sore you are. Judge your workouts by progress. Can I lift more? Am I stronger? Can I do more repetitions? That's how you judge your workouts. And what we want to do to quantify it is we set goals for ourselves and slowly, incrementally increase the repetitions, increase the weight, and we quantify that as exactly what it is, results. Okay, question number two. Question number two, fact or fiction? If you eat low-fat diets, it doesn't matter how many calories you eat, you still won't gain body fat. Fact or fiction? If your calories, let me read it again. If you eat a low-fat diet, it doesn't matter how many calories you eat, you won't gain fat. So what this is saying is that you can eat as many calories as you want, as long as the caloric intake is low in fat. Fact or fiction? Well, that's absolutely a fiction. The reason why is calories are converted into energy, and energy is stored in the body or utilized. It's stored in the body. Short-term energy is called glycogen. Glycogen is stored in the muscle. But long-term energy is fat, which is stored in the fat cells. And that's what we as Americans have a little too much of. It's energy, but it's stored energy, and it's long-term energy. Now, the short-term energy, as I said, which is glycogen, the body utilizes that very rapidly in working out, in everyday living, but it's those fat storages that we need to get at. We store fat day after day after day, so calories are converted into energy or utilized as energy. Calories equal energy. If you eat too many calories, your body will absolutely store them. If it doesn't utilize them, it'll store some as glycogen, some as excess body fat. Don't overdo on calories. Okay, let's go to question number 3. It says, you don't have to get stronger to get bigger. Fact or fiction? You don't have to get stronger to get bigger. Fact or fiction? You tell me. Okay, now I'm going to give you a Ron Williams answer. Muscle size and muscle strength are very closely related. But I'll also say this, if you don't work out at all and you start to train, your muscles are gonna grow because your body is doing something that it's not used to doing. So the body is a survival mechanism. And when you start doing something that your body is not used to doing, your body says, uh-oh, we're doing something that's abnormal. I've got to adapt and adjust to the extra strain and pressure that you're putting on the muscle. So even though you may not be getting stronger, your body is going through a regimen that it's not used to. Once your body adapts and adjusts to it, then the muscles will stay shapely and they'll keep their form. But the best way to get that muscle group to grow, the muscle size and the muscle shape is closely related to the muscle strength. So if I can get the muscle to get stronger, I can force that muscle to grow. This is the way it works. Whenever I work a muscle group, I tear the muscle tissue down. I micro tear the tissue, and it pumps a tremendous amount of blood in it. Just like an injury, if I twist my ankle, a lot of blood will pump to my ankle because my body is saying, I've got to heal this. And so when you tear a muscle or you micro tear that muscle, what it does, it tears those muscle fibers, micros, very, very small, blood rushes to it, and we call that a pump. But the body goes in and repairs that tissue once it's been slightly torn. And it says, I've got to respond according to the pressure or the resistance that's applied. So it repairs according to how much pressure you apply to it, and that means growth to you and I. So every time we tear it down, it repairs when we're resting. The muscles don't grow when you're working them. They get a lot of blood and they pump, but they're not growing. They grow when they're resting and when you give it the nutrients that they need. It's the resting time and the recovery time that the muscles grow. So you want to give it what it needs to repair and to grow. So so the question again was, you don't have to get stronger to get bigger. Yes and no. If you don't work out at all and you start training and you lift a weight that you're capable of lifting, and you keep lifting that same weight, the body will get to a place where it develops a set point. Then you need to push it. If you want to get bigger, you want to get better, you're going to have to push it. But don't sacrifice the form. Okay, next question. Only the fact or fiction, only the fancy equipment at the gym will work to grow your muscles like a bodybuilder. So, in other words, fact or fiction, you need fancy gym equipment to cause the muscles to grow. Think about that. Fact or fiction? Okay, I'm gonna answer that. The body doesn't know whether you're using fancy equipment or not. It doesn't respond to fancy equipment. It only responds to resistance. Years and years ago, some of the old bodybuilders, the legendary bodybuilders, used those big metal drums that they put on the sewer top. They were sewer tops, and they weighed 50 to 60 pounds. They used those, and they would lift those. The body didn't know if it was fancy or not. It just knew that there was resistance. So the body doesn't respond to selector pin equipment. It doesn't respond to free weight. It only responds to resistance. Resistance bands, whether it's a 50-pound dumbbell or 50 pounds of resistance with a band, the body just knows there's resistance. It will respond to resistance. You don't need the gym equipment. You can work out outside, you can work out at home, but it does respond to resistance. You could have a weight vest on. It'll respond to that. So that's the answer to that question. You don't have to have the fancy gym equipment, but some of it is a lot more fun to use. Okay, this is the fifth question. Fact or fiction? You have to go to muscle failure every single workout to get good results. That would have to be fiction. I hope you got that one right. Muscle failure is not necessarily what you want. A lot of competitors and a lot of people that train, that watch other bodybuilders, if they go to failure and they're watching them and that's their hero, they're thinking in their mind, I've got to do what they do to get the results that they've gotten. Well, possibly they could have gotten better results if they were a little wiser. Muscle failure is a point where the muscle is as close to being injured as it possibly can be. That's when the muscle is completely torn down. It's tired, it's fatigued, and it's close to injury. You don't have to tear your body down that much in order for the body to respond. You want to tear the muscle group down enough so that it does respond, and there's a fine line there. You don't want to overexceed it. Some of us, we have good intentions, but we're overzealous, and we take it too far, and we end up getting injured. So be real careful with that. Look at some of the videos that we have, and it'll show you the correct movement and how to build the muscle and how to keep that muscle safe. There are some movements that you absolutely should not do. Just because someone else does it doesn't mean you do it. At this channel, we want to keep you safe, we want to keep you healthy, and we want to get tremendous results. So listen, if you like this video, I want you to do two things for me. First thing I want you to do is subscribe yourself, and then I want you to get everybody else involved. We together are building this YouTube channel, and I don't know about you, but I'm really enjoying it. If you like this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up and make sure you tell somebody. Until next time, God bless you.